Ladies and gentlemen, our parallel session will begin shortly. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished chairperson, lecturers, presenters, and participants. Welcome to the parallel session in the International Conference on Media and Communication, or MENTION 2021. My name is Alida Najwa, and I will be the MC for today. I will be assisted by Sharveshwaran in this parallel session. This is session B6 with the theme Opinion Leaders and Influences. The chairperson for this session is Associate Professor Dr. Chang Peng Ki. We have 4 paper presenters today. Each presenter is given 10 to 15 minutes of presentation time. If any of the presenters could not give a live presentation due to the internet problems, we will play back their video, but we hope that the presenter is available for question and answer session later. Without further ado, over to you, Associate Professor Dr. Chang Peng Ki. Thank you. Your mic.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, sorry, I think that I've forgotten to unmute myself.
Okay,
thank you very much, Saudari Alida, so for being the MC for today. And beside that, I'm sure all the presenters are aware Alida has been playing a very active role in terms of getting us to communicate in the WhatsApp group. Thanks a lot, Alida. And today with her, this session, with the theme of opinion leader and influencer under this B6. B6, we are actually also assisted by Saudara Warren. Both of them are our third-year student. Thank you very much for doing a good job. Well, earlier that I was given a list of 5 participants. But I understand the first participant from Yogyakarta, so that is Abdul Qadir Saleh. Just to ensure that he's not here, so otherwise I think that we have to allocate time for him. So we are actually fortunate, and I can see from our session here, we have 10 participants. Minus of 3 of us, including me, Sharveshwaran, and also Alida. We still have 7 of you. And 4 of you are the presenter. Now we add on with another person. Then we have also another 4 are participants. 4 presenter and 4 participants. We are actually getting more and more. Hopefully that we can get more participants and we'll make our session more interactive and more meaningful. And I understand today we have 3 presenters going to present in English, and 1 presenter is going to present in Bahasa Melayu. But I look at it here, we shouldn't have any problem. We are all Malaysian. We can understand both English and Malay. Shouldn't be a problem to all of us. And what I have here with the name list, I just would like to read out the first presenter, that is Muhammad Fazil, and he is going to bring it a topic to us. Is quite interesting. It's called Social Media Influencer Impact on Consumer Batik Terengganu Sustainable Fashion Consumption. I like batik Terengganu. Okay, definitely. I think that if we talk about Terengganu and none other than the two university here, okay, that is actually Muhammad Fazil is actually from University Sultan Zainal Abidin. And he is currently a senior lecturer with the Faculty of Applied Social Sciences, and his expertise is in human communication. So, and just hold on first and let me introduce also our second presenter. And then after that, I will get Muhammad Fazil to get ready for his slide, and then he can share with us. And as usual, all of you will be the same. We'll get the equal chance, 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, and after everyone has presented, then only we'll come to Q&A. And for all four of you here, and that is actually to make us a little bit more exciting in our presentation. And I understand the Secretariat has actually arranged the best presentation, best presenter award for each session. In the way, it's like you're actually competing among yourself, okay, all of you. So of course, also depend on how you answer your question. I think all of you have actually gotten the rubric, so you should know how to tackle that. So, okay, so let me introduce a second presenter, that is Novidat Roslan. And he is also a lecturer, and he is a lecturer from Infrastructure University Kuala Lumpur, IUKL, from the Faculty of Business and Faculty of Business, Information and Human Science. He is actually going to bring a topic to us called Student Presuppositions Towards the Use of Celebrity and Influencer to Encourage COVID-19 Vaccination. I suppose now beyond vaccination is actually talking about the booster jab now. Perhaps that we can ask question later on. And for Vidat, he is also specializing in critical discourse studies and advertising. So I would like to listen to some excitement about advertising, perhaps. So from Vidat later. So the third presenter, she is also a lecturer. She is a lecturer from College University Islam Antarabangsa Selangor, quiz. So I think that is quiz. And from the Faculty of Pengurusan dan Muamalah. So, and she is none other than Nur Shamimi Harun. And I come to know just now, I think that she has actually observed how I moderated the earlier session, so that now is the time for her to tackle how to handle me. Not that last time, just 2 hours ago, then I was managing the presenter, now the other way around. So Nur Shamimi Harun, she is actually specializing in komunikasi dan penyiaran, broadcasting. So her topic is pengaruh pemimpin pendapat dalam kalangan pemengaruh. Pemengaruh is not pempengaruh. Pemengaruh media sosial. So dimensi baru dalam pembuatan keputusan remaja. Okay, so I think that is also about decision making in the influence of social media, and also the pemimpin pendapat opinion leader. So okay, the last presenter for today, this session, that is number 4, that is Saw Teck Chew. And I come to know, I have not met him, I don't know how long he has been here, and he is our UKM PhD candidate. Of course, there is a Faculty of Social Sciences and Humanity, and his area of expertise in social media and opinion leader. And I come to know that the team member here is actually Dr. Emma, our pengurusi, our chairperson herself. So, and of course, when you talk about that, she is always talking about health communication. So, Saw is actually going to bring us to this topic on the acceptance of health messages conveyed by parasocial opinion leader among followers through social media. So these are all the 4 topics we are actually going to discuss in this session B6. So, and after introducing all the 4 presenters, so of course, this is a time for our presenter to put up their best show that they can. So each and everyone will get 10 to 5 minutes. Don't exceed 5 minutes and not lesser than 10 minutes, because I'm also keeping the time. So that is also giving marks that you know the timeliness. So okay, if Mama Fazil, if you are ready, then I want to pass the mic over to you, and you have 10 to 15 minutes, and after that we will follow by the second, third, and fourth. Then only will come to Q&A. Please, thank you. You can speak and unmute yourself first.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon to all of you. Especially thank you, Prof. Chang, to explain a little bit about me. Thank you very much. I'm Muhammad Fazil Ahmad from University Sultan Zainal Abidin, actually with my co-researcher, Iwan Rohila Kanti binti Wan Abu Ghaffar from University Malaysia Terengganu. Sorry, Prof. Okay, right. So my topic for today, actually, I want to share with all of you our research. This is a very small research that we have done in Terengganu, which is social media influencers impact on consumer batik Terengganu sustainable fashion consumption. So actually, it's related to how we are using social media influencer for the batik producer in Terengganu for the sustainable fashion consumption among youth in Terengganu. Actually, for your information, batik Terengganu actually different from other batik in Malaysia, especially in Malaysia, and also when you're comparing to batik Jawa or batik Indonesia, we are different. In terms of symbolism of the design, symbolism of the colors, and as well as how we are wearing that. Okay. So the problem discussed here, actually, as I mentioned just now, which is batik Malaysia and batik Indonesia, for sure we can differentiate it in terms of design, in terms of pattern, and also symbolism. Of course, batik Malaysia or batik Terengganu, we are focusing on East Coast Malaysia, Pantai Timur, and which the symbolism of the floral design. So we are not using the animal design because of the we call it Islamic perspective point of view. So that this is a different from Indonesia batik. So and also due to customer demand and the fast paced trend cycle, the batik Terengganu fashion business is encountering hurdles in adapting to more sustainable technique. So that's why we are proposing to the batik producer to promote their batik by using the influencer. So the influencer here means that the people that are very active in the social media, especially for the young generation, i.e. Generation Y, Gen Y. So they are. We went to propose to the Generation Y to wear batik as their daily wearing attire. As whatever the Indonesia, they can wear everywhere the batik, as well as we want to propose to the younger generation to wear the same thing. So due to that, and then we are using the social media influencer on the digital platform have proven to be distinct drivers of social aspect, including social trend and culture norm. Yeah, and then influencer have the power to change batik Terengganu fashion consumption among customer, perhaps influencing more sustainable purchase pattern. This is why I just mentioned just now, which is we are focusing on younger generation or Gen Y acceptance of wearing batik. Okay, so this is actually the pattern that you can see that the shirt for the men or the boys, and also this is for the blouse. pattern, the cutting pattern, and also the design of the pattern, the pattern that we are using for the younger generation. So in order to achieve the goal, the following research question have been developed, i.e. how can social media influencer influence customer Batik Terengganu sustainable fashion consumption? Okay, so social media influencer were found to be complicated driver of post-millennial sustainable batik fashion consumption. And this research, we are using qualitative research technique by using qualitative interview. We are segregate for 5 focus group in total with 28 participants, and then we are interview them. All of them is a younger generation, the age between 18 until 25 years old. So that we get the thema for the interview session, and then we get analysis of the factor that we are getting from them, and then we do the summary for the research. So go to the sustainable fashion consumption. As we know that to maintain or to sustainable certain thing, so we have to focus on 3 things. Number 1, environment. Number 2, society, and number 3, economic or profit. So that in this research, we can see that social factor is the most important factors that we can see to influence the people or the person or the younger generation, Gen Y, to wear the batik in daily life. Okay, so when it comes to fashion, it could be due to customer being more influenced by a social factor rather than by environmental factor. Of course, the economy or the profit factor also can include, but the most influence here, social factor. Social factor is the most important part that we can see to influence the younger generation. And then, as a solution here, we can see that investigating influencer role in influencing customer sustainable consumption behavior. So we can see that we get 4 different result that we can see based on the social factor, based on the sustainable factor that I given just now, 3 different factors, so that we can see that in our research we can get 4 result here. Actually, knowledge, social influence, responsibility, and credibility. For knowledge, of course, we have to give to the influencer to get knowledge about the batik itself. What actually the symbolism behind the producing of the batik? What actually the meaning of why they have to wear batik? Because we can see that previously, we can thank to the government. The government imposed us to wear batik during Thursday. Every government servant, we have to wear batik on Tuesday. So that is very good. But we can see that in boarding school, previously government imposed to the previous the boarding school to wear batik as when they are living in hostel, so that they have to wear batik. But nowadays we can see that the school also, they impose the student to wear corporate attire. Like Prof Chang wearing now, you are wearing the corporate attire. So that now the school also, they ask the student to, they impose to the student to wear corporate attire. So now no more wearing batik. So that is why I think because of that, the wearing of the batik more will be disappear after this. So that we have to give knowledge even to the influencer and as well as to the younger generation to know what actually the importance of batik as a tradition or the heritage of Malaysia. So the second one is we can see that social influence. So because of wearing the batik, of course, we can see that in Indonesia, for instance, so people of Indonesia, they are wearing batik everywhere. We can see this is Indonesian. So why not Malaysia? Because of we can influence society by wearing batik. For instance, our batik is a very beautiful design actually. Why not we have to very proud to wear our batik? So social influence must be here because of if we are not start for that, and then the younger generation will not follow that. So social influence here, we can see that this is actually another factor that we see based on our research. So social influence and responsibility. Responsibility is mean here, which when we are producing the design, it must be the design must be in line with for example, in Terengganu and Kelantan, we have to make sure that tutup aurat, the covering, our proper covering of the aura, for example, so that the design must be suitable or appropriate to be Sharia compliant, for instance. So that this is the most important thing. So the factor that we have to impose to make sure that the influencer and the follower, I mean, from the younger generation to follow or to wear the batik is actually the responsibility based on the batik producer. And then the last one is credibility. Credibility is when we are focusing on the batik production in Terengganu, for instance, so that the credibility means that we have to retain the design, the original design of Terengganu, so that we have, for example, pucuk rebung, for example, and then ada berapa tampuk manggis dan sebagainya. This is actually the original design or original I mean the original fashion that we have in Terengganu. So this actually originally from Terengganu. So now I think other not young, not generation Y, generation Gen X, and also baby boomer, they are wearing batik because of this is actually based on their own the fabric they are using because of the design is suitable for them. But for the younger generation, we have to create, we have to combine, or we have to do certain research to make new design to make sure that the younger generation will accept the new pattern of design of design of the batik. For example, what I'm wearing now, this is not the original one, but we are doing certain innovation based on the design to make sure that the younger generation will accept the new design that I proposed to them. So that's all for me for the presentation for today under the topic of social media influence impact on consumer batik Terengganu sustainable fashion consumption. Thank you very much. Good to
Thank you very much, Fazil, and a very interesting topic about this batik Terengganu. And in fact, I like batik Terengganu because I do have friends staying in Kuala Terengganu. I used to have a lot. Okay. So, but anyway, I will keep my question later on and also my comment, and perhaps also some other participant and also the presenter. Even the presenter, you can ask your friend, your fellow presenter. So likewise, I think that Fadil, that when you listen to your friend, also you can start to jot down the question, and we'll have the Q&A after everyone has presented. So okay, thanks again, Fadil. And then I would like to go to the second presenter, and he is Vidat Roslan from IUKL. Is going to talk about this student presupposition towards the use of celebrity and influencer to encourage COVID-19 vaccination. So, and I hope that your preparation is ready. Are you here with that?
Doctor, she'll be like presenting through the video presentation.
Oh, okay. She's actually going by video presentation. But
Yeah,
is she here? She's not here.
She's not, because she has been WhatsApp me just now. She said she has a problem outside. But I'm not sure.
Okay, never mind. If
okay.
Q&A, then she can take Q&A. That'll be good. Otherwise, then I would just like to get Saraswanan to help to play the video that has been prepared by Novida.
Okay, doctor.
Okay, thank you. So you can still ask question if you like, any one of you here. Okay, so only one have a video, right? The rest are, I suppose I can see Shamimi and also Saw are here. So then they will have a live presentation. So thanks. I think that you can play without video.
Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon,
Cannot
morning,
see,
night to those who are watching my presentation.
Only audio. Sorry.
Sharfresh. Video tak nampak.
You can play another time.
Sekejap doktor.
Okay. Sorry to all the participant and also presenter. Just have to bear with this technical problem so that we know sometime going online. I think that we all are lecturer and also student that we know this difficulty. So just bear with us for a short while. So Saraswanan, okay?
And a very good afternoon, morning, night to those who are watching my presentation for today. So my name is Norida Roslan and I'll be presenting about my research on students' presupposition towards the use of celebrity and influencers to encourage COVID-19 vaccination. So as many of you know, many brands are opting to use celebrities and endorsers to endorse their brand. Ultimately, it's because these celebrities and endorsers have a huge amount of followers that they already have on their database, like on the Instagram, or their social media, social networks, right? So not only that, but their influencing power is very high as compared to other advertising platforms. Hence why brands are opting to use celebrities and influencers to further enhance their brand. So that concept can actually be taken into consideration when wanting to promote something positive through government aids, right? Especially when we want to promote about COVID-19 vaccination. Okay, because COVID-19 emerged last year, it was a terrible year for everyone where, it started in Wuhan, China, and then it spread so fast that nobody actually really anticipated such a virus could have been a pandemic back then, right? So it actually first entered in Malaysia, if I'm not mistaken, in February 2020. So at that time, I think it was only 1 or 2 cases, but from 1 to 2 cases now we have 10,000 cases daily, right? So it was very unexpected. Countries had to go into lockdowns, right? People had to go into lockdown. So how, from the lockdown, obviously, World Health Organization had to call an emergency meeting and say that we have to get a COVID vaccine ready. So that means if it's an emergency situation, the vaccine does not need to have a longer, approval rate because it's a pandemic and the cases have gotten so bad. Therefore, COVID vaccination was ready, using the brands Pfizer and Sinovac as well as AstraZeneca. So, and then it entered Indonesia. We were able to get thousands of doses in Malaysia, and then we were actually divided into phases. So, phase 1 we have the terminally ill and frontliners. Then we have the second phase, and then ultimately the third phase. Right. So when it comes to COVID-19 vaccination, at first everyone was actually really reluctant to get the COVID-19 vaccination. But everyone was questioning it, like it has not been tested. it out properly yet. It's only been tested in the UK or the US or even in China. So why are we giving out vaccines to something that has not even been trialed for 2 to 3 years, like the normal vaccines that the children get, right? So that with that thought in mind, a lot of people was reluctant to get the vaccine. So how the government take that was in getting initiatives, getting grants to play a part in trying to encourage people to get vaccines by offering a lot of promotions and so on. However, what really truly helped to encourage people to get vaccines are actually celebrity and endorsers. Although people do question how come they get it in the second phase or the third phase of the vaccination, but it is actually, that underlying message by using them to encourage vaccination, because they have a huge followers. And when it comes to celebrity and endorsers, that's why they're influencers. They influence their viewers. They influence on their lifestyle, their food choices. Ultimately, as to followers, if I like someone, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I want to do that. I want to have that lifestyle. I want to cook that. Example, I follow. Who do I follow? Right. Okay. Example, I follow Blackpink. Okay, and then when I see that, oh my god, they're eating healthy, for example. Okay, I want to be healthy. So it's giving that same thought process of using celebrities, but to encourage vaccine. So if the celebrity gets vaccinated first, and then they're assuring the viewers that you should also get vaccine, because we are not only helping ourselves, but we're helping everyone around us. So ultimately, it also influences all their followers, right? So that is what I noticed, right? That by using the Malaysian influencers and celebrities, it helped. It helped a lot of their followers, a lot of Malaysian citizens to also get vaccinated. Before, when they had, they were reluctant to get it. Now because the celebrity got it, they got it as well. That's because here, the Honora Danish, she has like 4 million followers, similar with Fazura. So when they actually post these kind of posts, it encourages all of them. Okay, it doesn't matter if they're from the rural area, all right, or the suburban area or whatever area, because I adore this celebrity, I adore this influencer, I'm gonna get my vaccine anyway. It doesn't matter if you're gonna get vaccine because of your celebrity, or is it because of your health, as long as you get the COVID-19 vaccination, right? So as you can see here, Shahizi Sam, right, and Marian Counter. So they are, ultimately using their own personal social media platforms to encourage viewers to get vaccinated. It's not known that they're paid by the government to help promote getting vaccinated, but as long as the message is clear, and their followers will also get vaccinated. So basically, the objective of the study is to identify and analyze the students' presuppositions towards the use of celebrity and influencers to encourage COVID-19 vaccination. Therefore, this is going to be a qualitative study where I use Normaliza Abdurrahim's discourse analysis by analyzing the students' presupposition of the use of celebrity and endorsers to encourage COVID-19 vaccination. So what is the difference between celebrity and endorsers or influencers? That celebrities, actors, actresses, singers, and so on. So influencers or endorsers is like is normal, micro or macro normal people, social lifestyle bloggers or bloggers and that. So they are called influencers. They have a certain amount of followers to be called that. Yeah, okay. So 20 students from IUKL was interviewed. So, it is open-ended. I want to know everything in detail, what they think about the celebrities and influencers to encourage COVID-19 vaccination. So why students? Why am I interviewing students? Ultimately, students are a part of the adult percentage of vaccination, and on the other hand, they are also the highest percentage of of the majority that uses social media, where they can see their favorite celebrities promoting this COVID-19 vaccination. So it's shown through the study is that they actually had a positive reaction because when the AstraZeneca started launching its phase 1, where they only accepted a couple thousand of people, right? I think 20,000-50,000 like that. So only not a lot of people actually registered. It took up until what, 30 to 60 minutes until the spots were finished, right? Which shows that people were still reluctant to even register for the vaccination. So only after, most of the celebrities got their AZ vaccination that they were more encouraged, that there were more people wanting to register for the vaccination, which was then shown on the second phase of the AZ vaccination, where it was, not really, I was going to say sold out, but where the slots will fill within the first 2 minutes. I think the first 1 minute. That led to the website crashing itself because so many people wanted to register. It showed, the difference in between the few months between phase 1 and phase 2 AZ rollout, that so many people was encouraged to get vaccinated. So celebrities and influencers had a big impact towards their followers and can actually influence their followed from many aspects, right? It can be like if the followers are following, because of their lifestyle, what they eat and everything, ultimately they can also be encouraged through COVID-19 vaccination. So on the other hand, a majority of the students mentioned that they registered for the COVID-19 vaccination after they actually saw their favorite celebrity had gotten it first. It was like an assurance that, OMG, my favorite celebrity got it first, I'm definitely gonna get it. Okay, so I think you can see the narrative here is that I'm not gonna get it because it's safe for me and my family. But you know what? If my celebrity is getting it because she wants to keep them safe, I'm going to get them itself. So it doesn't matter what the main objective is as long as you get the vaccinations, right? So it really shows that celebrities and influencers that got their vaccines in the early stages played one of the most important roles to encourage the later people that had registered. So on top of that, what further helped was when one of the then minister, now health minister, then science and innovation minister Khairi Jamaluddin, he actually himself offered to take the Sinovac vaccine first because it became a viral topic where why are all the ministers are getting Pfizer? Is it just because Pfizer is so expensive? Is it just first class? So to prove that point, Khairi became one of the first ministers to get the Sinovac vaccine first because he wants to encourage people to get the Sinovac vaccine. He wants to encourage that it doesn't matter what brand you get as long as you get the vaccine. So him being one of the influencers as well actually helped further influence a majority like upper, a little bit old people, but he also has, a wide followers from the age of 29 to 40 and so on. So that also helped encourage the viewers. So in conclusion, this shows that celebrities and influencers do and had played a big role to encourage students to get their COVID-19 vaccinations. And they are influenced by the actions of their favorite celebrity and influencers. So future implications is that this study, hopes to implicate that any future public service announcements can use celebrity and influencers to promote whatever they're promoting as long as it's in the right route. Like example, like getting COVID-19 vaccination, stay safe, don't forget your SOPs, regularly get tested for COVID-19 and so on. So often using celebrities and influencers for public service announcements. And another one is, for the policy side of that, it is really hoped if there is a policy that can be made for any, it's hard to say because in this world, not everyone likes to be vaccinated. Like, we always have that, small percentage of people that are anti-vaccines. And I'm not saying that it's right or it's wrong, but as a public, or no, as an influencer, you should be influencing good, positive things. So I think that, in my personal opinion, a policy should be made for celebrities or influencers that want to stay as a celebrity and influencer in Malaysia to not be able to promote any negativity, discourage vaccine, saying this and that, okay? But there is always, actually there is one law thing that whoever spreads false news will get convicted, right? So this is just, one of two of the implications that can be done. So actually future research actually can be done in regards to anti-vaccine celebrity statements and how big of an impact that is. Only of example, right? Out of 100 celebrities, there are 1 or 2 out of that 100 that are not really, they don't call themselves anti-vaccine, but they are not getting the COVID-19 vaccine. So it doesn't explain where are you in this situation, right? And on top of that, they're also spreading rumors about the COVID-19 vaccine, which is not helping in any other way. When we want to achieve, 100% vaccination rate, everyone will be safe, everyone wants to continue on their lives and not be restricted to any movement control order, right? So that is it for my presentation for today. I hope you had enjoyed it. So if you do have, any comments, suggestions, want to do any collaboration with me in the future, feel free to contact me with my email and my phone number. Thank you.
Thank you, Vida. And I can see the person herself is already online with us, not just only the video. Thank you, Vida. And I can see you are also present. Just now I was looking for you.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, and as mentioned just now, our friend here will jot down their question, and likewise that you can also listen to another 2 more presentation, and then you can also ask question later on. And right now we have all 4 participants here, and you are also keeping on time, huh? Good. So that is where that you get marks for your timeliness. So okay, so finally, and not finally, but I think now we are actually going to change a little bit of our mode. And I know that Shamimi, that you are actually going to present your topic that is about this pengaruh pemimpin, okay, pengaruh pemimpin in bahasa Melayu, pengaruh pemimpin pendapat in bahasa Melayu. So over to you, Shamimi.
Doctor.
Yeah. You're also
Puan
using slide.
Yes. Puan Shamimi also using video presentation.
Oh, video also. What about Saw?
He is also using the video presentation.
Saw also video also. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
That's okay, but don't run away. So you know that what I'm going to question, Okay, please. Okay, thank you. Okay, and let's listen to Shamimi first.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum.
Can I see the video?
Saya
In the sound? Saraswanan? Like just now also. Another time?
1 minute, doctor.
Yeah, okay. Then don't worry. Are you okay?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, please. So let's listen to Shamimi from video.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum.
Still not okay,
Saya
Sarah
Syarmi
as well.
binti Harun daripada Kolej Universiti Islam Antarabangsa Selangor.
Not okay, not okay. 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 Now good.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. Saya Syarmi binti Harun daripada Kolej Universiti Islam Antarabangsa Selangor. Hari ini akan membentangkan kajian yang bertajuk Pengaruh Personaliti dan Kredibiliti Berpengaruh Media Sosial Terhadap Pembuatan Keputusan Remaja. Perkembangan pantas dalam teknologi muda hari ini memudahkan proses penyebaran maklumat serta meningkatkan penggunaan media sosial sebagai sumber pencarian maklumat yang membolehkan pengguna mengakses media sosial di mana sahaja dan pada bila-bila masa. Kemunculan platform seperti YouTube, Facebook, Instagram dan TikTok telah mewujudkan golongan yang digelar sebagai content creator atau pempengaruh media sosial, social media influencer yang memuat naik kandungan seperti tutorial, resepi makanan, sudikan dan sebagainya. Rentetan itu, individu ini membabit meraih ratusan ribu malah jutaan pengikut dalam media sosial masing-masing sekaligus dilihat memberi impak yang besar kepada masyarakat. Oleh kerana populariti mereka ini yang sangat ketara di media sosial, banyak syarikat berjenama mendekati pemimpin pendapat ini untuk memberi review kepada produk mereka. Mereka ini adalah pemimpin pendapat yang sentiasa bercakap tentang kesihatan, kecergasan, fashion, kecantikan, gaya hidup serta pelbagai isu lagi. Ini antara social media influencer atau pengaruh media sosial yang sangat berpengaruh di Malaysia. Siapa yang tidak kenal Bibi Yusof, Yolofa, Aisyah Hijana. Masing-masing mempunyai kelebihan yang mampu menarik perhatian follower. Konten yang bersesuaian dengan bidang masing-masing membuatkan mereka ini sangat digemari oleh remaja. Mereka ini mempunyai potensi dalam membentuk identiti follower masing-masing. Dalam era media sosial, model peranan ini tumbuh bagaikan cendawan yang hidup selepas hujan. Penyelidikan menunjukkan bahawa mereka dianggap sebagai selebriti mikro dan memainkan peranan yang sangat penting sebagai idola media. Sebahagian daripada individu ini sebaliknya sangat dikagumi oleh remaja dan ada yang telah menemui kemasyhuran yang sangat luar biasa dengan jumlah pengikut yang sangat ramai. Pengaruh media sosial didefinisikan sebagai individu yang membina reputasi berdasarkan pengetahuan dan kepakaran mereka tentang topik-topik yang tertentu. Mereka membuat posting tetap tentang sesuatu topik dalam media sosial pilihan mereka dan mendapat pengikut yang sangat ramai. Mereka ini adalah pengguna media sosial yang telah mengumpul ramai pengikut dalam talian, selalunya sehingga satu tahap ia telah menjadi sebahagian daripada mereka telah menjadikan aktiviti ini sebagai kerjaya. Mereka ini adalah jemaah selebriti internet contemporary atau micro celebrity. Ia bukan sahaja sekadar hobi atau pendapatan tambahan tetapi kerjaya yang mempunyai ekologi dan ekonominya yang tersendiri. Pengaruh media sosial ini sebenarnya dibina berdasarkan, kalau kita lihat apa yang dinyatakan oleh Chandra Walker dan rakan-rakan melalui satu top post, jumlah daily hits dalam media sosial dia, hubungan dengan follower, bagaimana dia bersembang dan sebagainya, komen dan sebagainya, kekerapan posting, jumlah pengikut dia dan impact daripada kandungan yang dikongsi dan jaringan dengan social media influencer yang lain. Bagaimana hubungan dia dengan rakan-rakan social media influencer yang lain. Pengaruh media sosial ini sangat dominan hingga menjadikan mereka ini sebagai pemimpin pendapat atau opinion leader dalam kalangan pengikut mereka di media sosial. Mereka ini mempunyai karakter dan personaliti yang tersendiri dan menarik perhatian dan minat follower terhadap isu yang disampaikan. Pemimpin pendapat di media sosial dikenal pasti melalui jumlah aktiviti komunikasi mereka kerana mereka ini lebih cenderung memulakan dan menggalakkan interaksi dalam talian. Maksudnya di sini mereka ini akan memulakan satu konten yang mungkin baru yang orang lain belum lagi buat, so dari situ dia akan dapat follower. Mereka lebih cenderung untuk menghasilkan dan menyebarkan mesej kandungan di media sosial. Oleh itu mereka ini digelar prosumer, salah satu istilah yang digabungkan daripada perkataan producer dan consumer. Ini menurut Winston dan Jurgensen 2012. Golongan ini sering berinteraksi dengan ahli komuniti mereka dalam sistem sosial dan suka berkongsi maklumat dengan pengguna dan dalam rangkaian sosial media masing-masing. Ciri-ciri media baru yang mempunyai kebebasan bersuara bagi menyatakan pendapat dan pandangan di media sosial telah menyebabkan lambakan maklumat dan masyarakat menjadi suka untuk memperolehi maklumat yang benar-benar sahih dan telus. Isu lambakan ini boleh menimbulkan kekeliruan kepada pengguna terhadap soal kepercayaan, kredibiliti sumber dan kesahihan sesuatu maklumat. Apabila sesiapa sahaja boleh memberi kenyataan atau pandangan mereka di media sosial tanpa mempunyai latar belakang dalam bidang tertentu. Ini kita boleh tengok sekarang ni ya, apabila sesiapa sahaja boleh bercakap tentang hukum agama, ya, ubat-ubatan dan apa sahaja yang ada, isu-isu yang menarik yang perlu didebatkan. So kita tengok kat sini sesiapa sahaja berhak dalam memberi pandangan dan mengeluarkan idea serta bebas untuk menulis dan menerbitkan apa-apa yang dikehendaki. Tetapi fenomena ini menimbulkan persoalan, sejauh manakah remaja di Malaysia ini terpengaruh dengan Insta famous yang mereka follow dan adakah keterikatan mereka dengan pengaruh media sosial memberi kesan kepada kehidupan mereka. Walaupun terdapat kajian pengaruh media sosial di Malaysia, namun kajian terhadap faktor pemilihan Insta famous yang menjadi ikutan remaja serta pengaruhnya terhadap keputusan mereka dari aspek gaya hidup, nilai, pengetahuan dan kemahiran masih belum dikaji lagi secara mendalam. Oleh yang demikian, objektif kajian kami adalah yang pertama, mengkaji hubungan pemilihan remaja terhadap pengaruh media sosial berdasarkan faktor personality dan kredibiliti terhadap gaya dan nilai. Kedua, mengkaji hubungan pemilihan remaja terhadap pengaruh media sosial berdasarkan faktor dan kredibiliti terhadap pengetahuan dan kemahiran remaja. Kajian ini berbentuk kuantitatif di mana menggunakan soal selidik sebagai instrumen. Borang soal selidik telah diedarkan kepada 861 orang remaja yang berusia 15 hingga 24 tahun di sekolah agama dan IPT Islam sekitar Lembah Kelang dan kaedah kutipan data yang digunakan adalah teknik pensampulan mudah. Sebanyak 546 set soalan selidik atau 63.4% yang diterima dan boleh digunakan. Borang soal selidik ini adalah bertujuan untuk mendapatkan maklumat berkenaan latar belakang responden serta kesan pengaruh pemimpin pendapat ini terhadap gaya hidup, nilai, pengetahuan dan kemahiran ke atas remaja. Terdapat 4 bahagian utama dalam satu set soal selidik ini bagi mengukur pemboleh ubah yang berbeza. Jawapan yang diberikan diisi oleh responden dalam bentuk skala Likert yang terdiri daripada angka 1 hingga 4 yang mewakili 1 sangat setuju, 2 setuju, 3 tidak setuju sehingga angka 4 sangat tidak setuju. Bagi melihat hubungan pengaruh media sosial terhadap gaya hidup, nilai dan kepercayaan serta pengetahuan dan kemahiran, instrumen diubah suara daripada kajian Fay, Main dan Jean Lee 2015. Data yang diperolehi dianalisis melalui perisian SPSS. Ujian regresi digunakan untuk menunjukkan kaitan bagi pemboleh ubah faktor pemilihan, pengaruh media sosial dan kesannya kepada keputusan remaja dari aspek gaya hidup, nilai, pengetahuan dan kemahiran mereka. Ini adalah demografi responden yang kami dapati. Kalau kita tengok sini, berdasarkan 546 orang responden yang menjawab borang kaji selidik, 24.4 atau seramai 133 adalah lelaki, manakala selebihnya 75.6% iaitu 413 orang adalah perempuan. Kebanyakan responden adalah berumur di antara 15 hingga 17 tahun, iaitu seramai 284 atau 52%. 94 responden berusia 18 hingga 20 tahun, manakala 163 responden mewakili 30% responden berusia dalam lingkungan 21 hingga 24 tahun. Oleh yang demikian, dengan majoriti responden berumur 15 hingga 17 dan 21 dan 24, maka majoriti responden mempunyai tahap pendidikan di antara PT3 atau PMR dan sarjana muda, iaitu masing-masing seramai 173 ataupun 31.7% dan 139 orang atau 25.5% diikuti dengan SPM dan SPMV seramai 115 orang responden, manakala selebihnya STPM, matrikulasi, diploma dan sarjana masing-masing 4.6%, 5.5%, 6.8% dan 3.3%. Majoriti responden tinggal bersama dengan ibu bapa masing-masing, iaitu 85%, dan mendapat dan responden mendapat sumber kewangan untuk perbelanjaan telefon bimbit dan pelan data masing-masing melalui duit saraan ibu bapa sebanyak 69%. Selain itu, sumber kewangan yang diperolehi ialah daripada sumber pendapatan sendiri 18% dan juga biasiswa 8%. Kebanyakan responden membelanjakan kurang daripada RM50 bagi perkhidmatan telefon masing-masing dan hanya sebilangan kecil yang berbelanja melebihi RM100 untuk perkhidmatan telefon. Kebanyakan responden telah menggunakan Instagram dengan tempoh yang agak lama, iaitu 26.7% telah menggunakan Instagram melebihi 5 tahun, manakala 36.3% telah menggunakan Instagram dalam tempoh 3 hingga 5 tahun. 27.5% telah menggunakan Instagram dalam tempoh 1 hingga 3 tahun dan hanya 9.2% sahaja responden yang menggunakan Instagram kurang daripada setahun. Majoriti remaja yang menggunakan Instagram 1 hingga 2 jam sehari, iaitu seramai 181 orang atau 33.2%, manakala 61 orang atau 11.2% menggunakan selama 3 hingga 4 jam dan 10.6% meluangkan masa di Instagram melebihi 4 jam sehari. Bagi remaja sekolah berusia 15 hingga 17 tahun, kebanyakan mereka menggunakan Instagram kurang daripada 2 jam sehari, 65.5%, namun ada bilangan kecil iaitu 9.5% yang menghabiskan masa sehingga melebihi 4 jam sehari melayari Instagram. Jadual 1 menunjukkan analisis deskriptif yang merangkumi nilai purata dan sisihan piawai dan korelasi di antara konstruk. Berdasarkan dapatan, faktor utama pemilihan berpengaruh media sosial adalah faktor personaliti yang ada pada pemimpin pendapat dengan nilai min tertinggi 3.21 berbanding faktor kredibiliti pempengaruh media sosial dengan nilai min 2.89. Ini secara tidak langsung menunjukkan bahawa golongan remaja lebih menitik beratkan soal personaliti pempengaruh media sosial. Ujian korelasi dan regresi digunakan untuk menguji kaitan bagi pemboleh ubah faktor pemilihan pempengaruh media sosial dan kesannya kepada remaja. Berdasarkan jadual 1 ini, korelasi di antara faktor pemilihan remaja terhadap pempengaruh media sosial berdasarkan kredibiliti menunjukkan hubungan yang signifikan dengan nilai R 0.501 dan pengetahuan dengan nilai R-nya 0.49, manakala hubungan di antara kredibiliti dan gaya hidup tidak signifikan apabila nilai R-nya adalah 0.055. Ini menunjukkan bahawa faktor pemilihan remaja terhadap pempengaruh media sosial berdasarkan kredibiliti dan personaliti mempunyai hubungan yang signifikan dengan nilai dan kepercayaan serta pengetahuan dan juga kemahiran mereka. Walau bagaimanapun, ia tidak mempunyai hubungan yang signifikan dengan gaya hidup remaja. Bagi korelasi di antara faktor pemilihan remaja dan pempengaruh media sosial berdasarkan personaliti dan gaya hidup, nilai dan pengetahuan menunjukkan hubungan yang signifikan dengan ketiga-tiga pemboleh ubah, iaitu gaya hidup, nilai R 0.17, nilai R 0.47 dan pengetahuan dan kemahiran R-nya adalah 0.592. Remaja yang memberi prioriti pemilihan pempengaruh media sosial mereka berdasarkan personaliti menunjukkan bahawa ada hubungan yang positif dengan gaya hidup, nilai kepercayaan dan peningkatan dalam pengetahuan dan kemahiran mereka. Bagi pengujian kesan langsung di antara faktor pemilihan berdasarkan kredibiliti dan personaliti dengan gaya hidup remaja dalam jadual 2 ini, keputusan menunjukkan bahawa hanya pemilihan berdasarkan personaliti menunjukkan kaitan signifikan dengan gaya hidup remaja, iaitu nilai T-nya adalah 4.08 dengan nilai beta 0.226. Secara keseluruhan, model regresi ini menggambarkan hanya 3.3% gaya hidup remaja dijelaskan oleh faktor pemilihan mereka berdasarkan kredibiliti dan personaliti pempengaruh media sosial yang dipilih. Walaupun nilai R2 yang diperolehi agak rendah, namun ianya secara statistik menunjukkan terdapat pengaruh dan kesan yang signifikan dalam pemilihan remaja terhadap pempengaruh media sosial dan kesannya kepada gaya hidup golongan ini. Dengan nilai R2 yang rendah menggambarkan bahawa gaya hidup remaja bukan sahaja dijelaskan oleh faktor pemilihan pempengaruh media sosial semata-mata, tetapi banyak lagi faktor-faktor lain yang menentukan gaya hidup remaja. Bagi pengujian regresi di antara faktor pemilihan berdasarkan kredibiliti dan personaliti dengan nilai yang dipegang oleh remaja dalam jadual 3, keputusan menunjukkan bahawa kedua-dua pemboleh ubah tersebut menunjukkan kaitan yang signifikan dengan nilai, iaitu T-value adalah 7.179 dan T-value bagi personality adalah 5.400 dengan nilai standard coefficiency beta credibility adalah 0.339 dan personality adalah 0.255. Ini menunjukkan bahawa nilai dan kepercayaan remaja lebih banyak dipengaruhi oleh pemilihan mereka terhadap kredibiliti berbanding personality. Secara keseluruhannya, berdasarkan nilai R2, model ini menerangkan bahawa 29% daripada nilai remaja dijelaskan oleh pemilihan mereka berdasarkan kredibiliti dan personaliti pempengaruh media sosial yang dipilih oleh remaja. Jadual 4 menunjukkan keputusan bagi pengujian regresi di antara faktor pemilihan berdasarkan kredibiliti dan personaliti dengan pengetahuan dan kemahiran remaja. Keputusan kajian ini menunjukkan bahawa kedua-dua pemboleh ubah tersebut menunjukkan kaitan signifikan dengan pengetahuan dan kemahiran remaja apabila nilai T bagi kredibiliti adalah 4.720 dan nilai T bagi personality adalah 10.391 dengan nilai standard coefficient beta credibility adalah 0.208 dan personality adalah 0.460. Ini menunjukkan bahawa pengetahuan dan kemahiran remaja secara statistiknya dipengaruhi oleh pemilihan mereka terhadap pempengaruh media sosial berdasarkan kredibiliti dan personality. Nilai beta faktor pemilihan pempengaruh media sosial berdasarkan personality adalah 0.460 yang lebih tinggi berbanding kredibiliti iaitu 0.208, menunjukkan bahawa pengetahuan dan kemahiran remaja lebih dipengaruhi oleh personaliti pempengaruh media sosial yang dipilih oleh remaja. Secara umumnya, bagi kajian ini, 37.6% pengetahuan dan kemahiran remaja dipengaruhi oleh faktor pemilihan berdasarkan kredibiliti dan personaliti, di mana faktor personaliti lebih menonjol dalam memberi pengaruh kepada peningkatan pengetahuan dan kemahiran remaja. Rumusannya, dapatan kajian mendapati bahawa remaja lebih tertarik dan memberi prioriti kepada personaliti dalam membuat pemilihan terhadap pempengaruh media sosial masing-masing berbanding dengan kredibiliti individu tersebut. Kajian lepas juga menunjukkan bahawa golongan pemimpin pendapat ini mungkin terdiri daripada sesiapa sahaja, termasuklah selebriti, ahli politik, pihak agama, ahli sukan atau sesiapa sahaja yang mempunyai personaliti yang meyakinkan. Justru, personality adalah kunci dalam menambat hati pengikut follower, terutamanya remaja. Aspek ini mungkin boleh diambil kira oleh pengaruh media sosial yang ingin mengambil peluang dan ruang untuk mendekati follower dan memberi nilai positif pada mereka melalui platform Instagram contohnya. Begitu juga dengan pengetahuan dan kemahiran, di mana berdasarkan personaliti yang diikuti di dalam Instagram, remaja boleh mendapatkan maklumat-maklumat baru yang dikongsikan oleh pempengaruh media sosial kegemaran mereka. Personaliti yang menarik dan dengan kreativiti yang digunakan oleh pempengaruh media sosial ini akan memudahkan follower untuk memahami dan meningkatkan kemahiran yang sedia ada. Walaupun kajian ini telah mengemukakan beberapa dapatan signifikan untuk diketengahkan sebagai sumbangan kepada literatur, namun beberapa limitasi kajian masih perlu diberi penjelasan lanjut. Perlu ditekankan bahawa objektif kajian ini ialah untuk mengkaji hubungan pemilihan remaja terhadap pempengaruh media sosial berdasarkan personaliti dan kredibiliti terhadap gaya hidup, nilai dan pengetahuan serta kemahiran mereka. Berdasarkan keperluan kajian, data dikumpulkan berdasarkan pensampelan mudah. Justru beberapa limitasi yang melibatkan metodologi dan pensampelan sememangnya wujud. Antaranya ialah sampel yang digunakan hanya di sekitar Magelang dan berbangsa Melayu. Oleh kerana kutipan data yang digunakan adalah teknik pensampelan mudah, maka borang kaji selidik yang dikumpulkan adalah tidak menyeluruh dan tertumpu kepada mereka yang berada di sekolah agama dan IPT Islam sahaja. Terdapat banyak platform jaringan sosial yang lain, sebagaimana yang kita nampak bahawa kajian ini terhad pada platform media sosial Instagram sahaja. Justru kajian lanjut boleh terus dijalankan bagi mengenal pasti golongan yang menjadi ikutan remaja ini dengan membuat skala yang lebih luas dan mencakupi pelbagai latar belakang remaja dan kawasan kajian yang lebih besar. Seterusnya boleh dikembangkan dengan meneroka aspek-aspek lain seperti nilai, budaya dan tingkah laku remaja. Kajian akan datang juga boleh melihat dari sudut pandangan Insta-famous itu sendiri dalam mengenal pasti kesedaran mereka terhadap kesan fenomena Insta-famous terhadap remaja. Sekian, terima kasih.
Okey, terima kasih kepada Nur Syamimi. Walaupun masa panjang sikit, namun saya ingat tak jelas untuk menunjukkan satu kajian kuantitatif. Selain yang tadi itu daripada Fazil dan juga ni siapa? Widat yang lebih kepada kualitatif. So okey, saya ingat disebabkan kita tak banyak masa, nanti saya takut kita tak ada masa untuk Q&A. Jadi saya ingin nak jemput saudara Sotek Chio untuk buat video presentation dia. So sambil itu saudara Chio tu boleh buka you punya video dan kita boleh sama-sama menyaksi. Silakan salah seorang boleh buka video dan sini kita ada video dan saya harap masa dia tepat walaupun dia 16 minit, lebih sikitlah satu minit. Okay, so silakan.
Hi everyone, my name is Saul. I am a PhD student under supervision by Dr. Emma and Dr. Savaria. The topic of my presentation today is the acceptance of health messages conveyed by the parasocial opinion leadership among the followers through the social media. Research background is as we know that social media has become one of the most important of the communication and has replaced other communication media. And social media has also changed the way and the pattern of communicating, as well as for the exchange of the information and opinions. Other than that, the development of the opinion leader in the social media, mainly in the health opinion leader, can be observed and exist in the new media environment. The problem statement, we have found that Saw, Emma, and Savaria in year 2019 have stated that the qualitative research such as the interview and the focus group are still underused in the data collection of the research to in the health opinion leader on social media. The result of their study also showed that most of the previous study were more focused on the effectiveness of the health opinion leader who are influencing the audience or their follower on the social media. And the past study have also identified that the characteristic of the opinion leaders who have an impact in the various fields as well as in the health communication. But the study on the function of the leader and the parasocial influence of the opinion leader in the context of health on social media are still lacking. The research objective, this study is to explore the acceptance of the health message that they are conveyed by parasocial health opinion leaders through the social media based on the model process of parasocial opinion leader that has been developed by staff who have studied in the field of political communication. The approach of parasocial relationship in the opinion leader or parasocial interaction was discussed in the perspective of media and communication study in 1956, engaged in the social relationship. A media user in the relationship will create a sense of intimacy, reality, and infinity toward the persona in communication media. In monitoring, long-term feedback is better known as the parasocial relationship. The parasocial interaction inherent in the audience experience during the media exposure over time will involve and create a parasocial relationship that span multiple media or continuously outside the context of the media exposure. Okay. Other than that, the parasocial relationship arise from the interpersonal attraction and make the individual more likely to engage in the relationship in the general. There's a parasocial relationship have a potential to contribute to the media impact generally in the two functions. The first, parasocial relationship can serve as the motivations and guiding factor to media exposure. The second is the parasocial relationship may be mediating variables that carry the effect of the media exposure. That relationship are a more important factor in the developing parasocial relationship than physical attraction. Audience see the media character or audience see the opinion leader repeating, and they will look like assume the media character or opinion leader is like their friend. But actually in the process, the opinion leader or media character don't think like that. This one is the process model of parasocial opinion leadership. The process model of parasocial opinion leadership in communication show that a parasocial relationship process between the opinion leaders and their follower in this study. This model contains three preconditions. The first is the characteristic of the opinion leader. The second is the function inherent in the process, like the information and complexity reduction, orientation, and also of interest. And the third one is the attitude of the followers or attitude of the recipient in the process of parasocial relationship or the opinion leader. In the formation of this model, at least one function will exist in the second condition during the processing of the opinion leader processing relationship. Means that when the opinion leader send the information, go through the second precondition, like the information and the reduction of complexity and orientation or also of the interest will inform the follower. Media users who follow the parasocial opinion leader have their own wants and reason why they follow them. And the opinion leader parasocial influence also has their own characteristic that can attract the attention of media user. The research methodology in that interview research method we use in our research and non-probability type of sampling. 25 followers were interviewed for the data collection, 11 males and 40 females between 21 and 43 years old. Other than audit, trial, examination, and peer review, 5 experts, including 2 creators of the process of model of parasocial opinion leadership who had experience in the field and the relevant qualitative approach to evaluate the validation of the instrument in this study. And this study also received the ethical approval from University Kebangsaan Malaysia. Okay, this study used the qualitative data analysis software that is the Atlas DI version 8. The interview data has been transcribed verbatim encoding and sorted by the category based on the model that has been used. The analysis process in monitoring and guided by the certified senior trainer from Atlas DI to ensure validation and our data collection is correct. And the result of the study, 4 forms of the message reception have been identified through the result of this study. The first is information and complexity reduction, especially in the description, information delivery style, information sharing, information and health literacy, correction of information and medical perception. And the second is a health orientation. The third is the stimulation of interest. The fourth is the strengthening of the image and the ethic of the professionalism. Okay, the qualitative study result confirm that apart from the prevalence of the information and complexity reduction, orientation, and also of the interest also exists in the process model of parasocial opinion leadership in the health communication. In addition, the result of this study also show that other than influences are the recipient of the message by follower, namely strengthened in the image and the ethic of professionalism, as well as the information and reduction of complexity. Okay, reduction of complexity can be divided into a description, information delivery style, information sharing, information literacy and health, and the correction of the information and medical process. This study through this interview show that a follower in the process will be influenced by more than one influence during the receipt of the health information from the medical doctor whom they follow. This study believes that the followers in the process model of parasocial health opinion leadership on the social media, more than one influence will exist when they are receiving health information through the media, through the medical doctors. However, the study has found a group of characteristics of the health opinion leader that is dependent of the followers' reason and the reason to address the health opinion leader that they follow. Researchers argue that the characteristic of the opinion leader should not be tied to the characteristic of past study as the primary guide, but rather should be based on their respective view and followers. Every follower is attracted to an opinion leader for his or her own reason. The study findings have found that the characteristics inherent in this study are opinion leaders who have expert, actively popular, give confidence to followers, attentive knowledge, and correcting the information to followers. Okay, the result also to this study also found that the relationship within the doctor from the follower perception is a relationship in a mentor, family members, friends, and fun. Uh, this relationship allowed media users to feel they are processing interpersonal relationship with their private media or personalities and regard media personality as their best friend. Like the original model process of the parasocial relationship has mentioned that opinion leaders, when exposed or sending the message, sharing the information, when the follower is exposed too much or repeating, they will assume that opinion leaders or media characters is look like their best friend, their best friends. Yeah. Okay, in the discussion part, opinion leader will facilitate a complex topic during the presentation of the information to their followers, and even have their ability to reduce information uncertainty. Uh, the information and complexity reduction is a broad process and is a major influence in receiving health information by follower through the social media. And the follower pay attention to the reduction in the complexity of health information, even when receiving the information uh, uh, that emphasize the style of information with the delivery that is used by medical doctor, especially a comfortable language style that's easy to understand and so on. They do not actually they do not like the scientific language and medical language terminology. Followers read the health information that is discussed by the doctor for the understanding and knowledge. And the media user in the receiving the health information need a language style that is easy to understand for the information that has presented. Okay, the finding of the study has also found that in additional to the language style, information delivery style like video, photo, infographic, live writing, story, and so on also influence the followers. This informative presentation in sharing and the discussion of information is interesting to read as well as to see. Okay, the follower can be said that to have an option to choose the style of information presentation that suit them to get the health information and can reduce the complexity and uncertainty of the information on one issue. Okay, this study has proven that many groups are still dependent on the orientation of the health opinion leaders. Opinion leaders can give the right advice and information to their followers. In addition, the followers in the receiving the information are also influenced by the stimuli of interest that is changed by the medical doctors. Uh, the researcher in this study argued that and the individual who was willing to take the time to read and understand the discussing and sharing of the information they were presented by the doctor show that the followers had at least interest in the topic and health issue that they were being discussed. Okay, in the recommendation and conclusion part, the influence of the opinion leader in a particular field should be reviewed annually to detect and identify the influence and effectiveness of the opinion leaders. And another thing is the changes media landscape increase the need to analyze and evaluate the important and what has been accepted by the media opinion leaders. And the future study can still review the study that they are related to the parasocial health opinion leaders on the social media from time to time in order to see the change that maybe exist following the rapidly changing the social media environment, especially the strategy or function that are used by the parasocial health opinion leaders in the presentation and discussion of the health information on the social media. Moreover, the opinion leaders and their followers that they are parasocial relationship and that the quality of the parasocial relationship is still not exposed, especially in the social media health communication. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, So. And an interesting topic about the acceptance of health messages conveyed by parasocial opinion leadership among followers through social media. Okay, there is an element of mediated messages, but yet there are also interpersonal communication that two in one. So, okay, and I think that we have listened to all four presenters. Thank you very much. And a very interesting what we call the presentation. Three are in qualitative, and the third one in quantitative. Okay, that is from Noshamimi is actually in quantitative. The other three that is actually from Fazil. He was talking about this Batik Terengganu, and Vidat is actually talking about the celebrity about this IUKL students presuppositions. So so as I mentioned, we should have Q&A, and we have 25 minutes, and priority will be given to our participant. So thanks for listening to the presentation presented by our presenter. So, and the presenter also can ask question to the other presenter. So I open the floor and welcome question from you. Anyone who would like to ask anything? And well, I think that our participants are a bit quiet and shy. So you can react with raising your hand. Please. If there's none, then I think that I will take this opportunity to ask question. I hope I am not the one that will ask question. I would like to get the participant to ask question if I can. Or Elida, also you can ask question also. Yeah, after listening, you want to ask question about quantitative, like just now Shamimi is talking about. I can see there are actually two independent variable and three dependent variable, credibility and personality, and how that they are actually regress with this gaya hidup and nilai, and I don't know what nilai, just only nilai, and then also pengetahuan dan kemahiran. So, but only thing is, I think that the first regression that you have done that I have a little bit puzzled there. Your R square, how can be smaller than your R squared change? So you go back to your slide that I can see. I think that there is some maybe error in terms of your presentation, no Shamimi. So, well, anyone, I would like to ask question. And otherwise that I want to claim from Fazil there is any Batik Terengganu. No. So, okay, I think that maybe let me ask Vidat first lah. So because I hope that Vidat that you are actually park your car.
Yeah, I have my earphone on right now.
Okay. And I think that you are actually putting up the effort in the trouble of bringing your son, I think that from school, right? And you're actually still very working hard on your topic, your presentation. And I just want to know, I mean, after all your study, what is actually the novelty of your findings? So anything news? I think that using the influencer, the celebrity, and like it's already a known case about the celebrity and the influencer to encourage vaccination. I thought that you want to bring up some more interesting thing, like even our present Prime Minister, before he became the Prime Minister, he was also like a celebrity. and also can link with Fazil. And
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
sure whether
yeah.
you noted the batik Terengganu or not. So maybe you can share a little bit, maybe give you 1 minute.
All right. So basically, the main novelty of my research is that COVID is something new, right? So it's because of these anti-vaccines. No, but they are anti-vaccine toward the COVID vaccine, but not the normal vaccines that they take. Hence why the celebrities are one of the first few people that are actually getting these vaccines, because we want to actually further influence these younger generation to take the vaccines. Because the normal vaccines, they don't really use celebrities to endorse them, because vaccines are a mandatory thing. So this COVID thing is something new. So that's when you actually actively seek the celebrities and influencers trying to convince and influence this younger generation to take them. But then it comes into these anti-vaccine people who are like, oh, don't take them because of all of these fake news. So it's like going in between those kind of things, between the vaccine people and the anti-vaccine people, and how influencers and celebrities have to take on that role. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I think I want to move on to Fazil. Just now
Thank
that you
you.
mentioned that you saw me wearing my corporate shirt. So have you ever think of incorporated this batik into corporate shirt or anything that to sustain? Because I know that your study about this focus group discussion, 5 focus group with 28 participants, the informant, they are actually young people. So perhaps you want to share a little bit more, Fazil?
Okay. Actually, when we are talking about the design of batik, it will not put the design to. We are simply not putting in the. For example, we put the design in the corporate attire, for example. So we cannot put that. We have to put in the appropriate, textile. Actually, for our research, we want to make the combination of other design batik, for example, from Japan as well. For example, in Japan, they have their own batik as well. We call it bingata. So we want to make the combination of the design to make sure that this combination of the design will be accepted by the younger generation, because of we are creating new things to them to ensure that this is relevant to their time. So that this is actually we want to do for sustainability of the batik design in Terengganu, because of the design is quite similar actually from Terengganu and also Bingata from Japan. But the difference is Japanese, they are using the design of animal as well. But in Terengganu, we are not using animal design.
Yeah.
We are using floral design. So this is actually the novelty that I want to do for the younger generation.
Okay, thank you for sharing. And I hope that kind of a uniqueness about this batik Terengganu that can means I can carry on and to let the young people know. Okay, anyone who would like to ask question to Vidat and also Fazil before I move on to the other 2 presenters? Anyone? Don't raise your hand. So I can see also Dr. Emma is here as well. Just now or left already? Or Dr. Emma came just basically to give support to Saw. I know that is your supervisor. Okay, so otherwise then I want to move on. Actually, Fazil, you and also Vidat, you can ask question to anyone. So should you all want to interfere? Okay, otherwise then I want to ask Saw just now, and I'll come to you later on. Noshamini, you are the quantitative. Let me ask the qualitative first. I'm like kind of an all-rounder. In fact, quantitative or also dua-dua pun saya makan juga. So okay, so I saw your interesting thing is actually you talk about complexity, but I do not know why that you use the word reduction. And when you mention, let me ask a question first a little bit. So and when I look at the reduction there, I thought that you are actually trying to relate to anxiety and uncertainty reduction. There is a theory about that. But when you talk about the complexity, I know that you are actually trying to talk about, well, I think that complexity also can relate with certain things like uncertainty or some kind of unknown kind of things. But the question here is, can complexity be reduced that kind of way? Or I call it, in fact, that this, I'm actually presently writing a paper. Dr. Emma is not here, otherwise I want to talk to Dr. Emma. Dr. Emma will mark my paper. I'm actually talking about simplicity. And in fact, I think that as a Chinese, I think that you know there is a proverb also talking about how that we talk about something that is complex, but then you can actually talking about simplify, rather than you are actually talking about to reduce. So this is where I do not know why. Maybe you can explain to me about this one.
Okay, I explained about the complexity reduction. Okay, according to the model, actually, I can say that in help communication, especially when the audience or media user, I mean the new media user, when they are read the message on social media, maybe the item or the statement or the news or the information they receive is quite, they don't understand. The information is quite complexity. They cannot digest. Actually, they understand, maybe they also don't understand. So they need someone like the opinion leader to help them to give some explain, to reduce the complexity, like more easy to understand the statement or information. Especially like I give one example, like one of the presenter about the vaccination. So before the vaccination, in my data also show that actually a lot of doctor use the, I mean cannot say the doctor lah, the opinion leader, why they decide, especially the new media, I mean the followers, sorry, not the opinion leader, the followers, why they suddenly change their mind to vaccination because of the doctor, because the doctor helped them to more understand the information, the more like the explain more, like the give the sharing information with the easy way, like the maybe the bahasa or language, or give the infographic to let them more understand why we should take the vaccination, to help them more understand only. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So I think that before I go to Nushamimi, we still have time. I just noticed. Sorry, I think that Nurul Halida, I just saw that you have put something on chat, and Vidat also answer you through chat. I think that that would be lovely to hear your voice if you can, and then on your camera and unmute yourself and ask a question and from the participant. That would be more meaningful. You don't mind? And Nurul Halida, that about your question, or you can expand the question for that about these elderly to encourage them for vaccination, or maybe you have any other question, or otherwise, and you think that you are actually good enough, then I will just move on. Because I always encourage to have interaction. Okay, so that's for the time being, Fadil and also Vidat, if you have anything to say. Otherwise, then I want to go to Nushamini. Okay, I think that it's fair to let everyone to have a chance to answer, because especially both of you, three of you, Vidat, Nushamini, and Saw, because you are on video. Fazil is actually live. So okay, Nushamini, I think that you're actually talking about this. You have a very interesting, your response rate is 63.4% from 861 people that you have targeted, that you get 546. And all your participants are young people from 15 to 24 years old, about Insta. And then, but one thing is, you didn't give a framework that is actually, I try my best, but I can visualize. You have 2 independent variables and 3 dependent variables. If correct me if I'm wrong. And apparently that I find that you are actually trying to say that personality is actually being the most contributor to all those 3 dependent variables. Whereas the credibility is not the important thing. Is that you are trying to imply something like the influencer, means that they don't care about their credibility. It is actually about their more of their personality. Like as long as I can attract people, that is where that I can give the impact on gaya hidup, nilai, and pengetahuan dan kemahiran. Perhaps that you want to say something more about that? Please, over to you. Unmute first.
Okay, hi. Sorry for
Boleh cakap bahasa Melayu, okay ya? So don't worry, I'm actually overexcited. I can be also speaking in Mandarin as well.
framework tu actually ada sebenarnya, tapi saya tak masukkan dalam saya punya slide tu. Saya pula tak boleh buka saya punya ni, saya guna laptop yang berbeza. Actually betul lah apa yang Prof cakap tadi. Dia ada 2 DB dan 3
Dependent variable.
Dependent variable.
Ataupun criterion variable.
So kalau kita secara keseluruhannya memang rata-rata remaja ni dia memang memilih personality. Tak kisah latar belakang pendidikan dan sebagainya, which is itu adalah kebenaran yang kita nampak dalam kalau kat sini kita tengok Instagram, tapi lately ni kita tengok banyak lagi macam TikTok dan sebagainya yang mereka yang ramai follower adalah kita tak tahu siapa tapi boleh cakap pasal banyak benda. Credibility tu kurang. Itu memang personality memang menjadi tugas utama untuk mereka follow seseorang influencer, mempengaruhi.
Yalah, macam siapa lah, Kyrie jugalah, dia bagi Sinovac saja dia cakap saya hui讲华语dia cakap. Betul ke tak betul? Credible tak?
Tapi memang kalau tengok budak-budak sekarang ni remaja dia memang kalau letak saya bagi contoh ya, ustaz dan social media influencer, dia lebih kepada social media influencer lagi. Something seseorang yang mempunyai credibility.
So since you cakap sekarang ni you adalah dalam kajian yang you tentang tu adalah tentang Insta. You katakan you masuk juga Twitter dan sebagainya. Adakah dia punya hasil kajian tu sebab apa senang you tengok dua independent variable je ataupun 2 predictor, dan adakah konsisten yang personality je yang sebagai satu penyumbang yang paling besar untuk semua sekali?
Kajian ni fokus pada Instagram sahaja, Prof.
Tapi katakan maksud saya ni, kan you dah buat kajian-kajian seterusnya kan? Adakah dia punya result tu konsisten?
Kalau setakat ni yang kami tengok dekat TikTok, follower yang ramai adalah mereka yang social media influencer yang mempunyai daya tarikan daripada personality. Compare contoh saya bagi contoh macam apa Dr. Nur Amalina, Dr. Nur Amalina, dia juga ada di dalam TikTok tetapi follower dia tidak seramai social media influencer yang popular.
Yalah, kalau saya masuk pun mesti orang ni anak murid pun tak nak tengok saya pun.
Tengok pun sekarang ramai juga pensyarah-pensyarah yang mempunyai student PhD, master dan sebagainya memberi apa orang kata perkongsian di dalam TikTok tetapi view tu tak tinggi. Kalau lalu je perasan, kalau tak lalu dia tak perasan. So memang mereka suka yang popular lagi lah kiranya.
Thank you for sharing. Ingat kita boleh dengar juga daripada kuantitatif. So that you want to ask question?
Yeah, Dr. Chan, I just want to share only extend to the Nur Shamimi. In my research actually the follower, why they follow the opinion leader because of the personality also. Some follower will mention that I think the Malay community will know this person, Dr. Rafida. Is a quite famous opinion leader on social media. Some follower follow this doctor because of this doctor dare to say something. Dare to say something. The simple word only, like the doctor always ban the in the Malay call that product sampah. So sometimes the doctor just posting the picture only and then put the 2 words only, product sampah. Then the meaning is is delivery to followers already. So the follower understand, oh, why the doctor say that product sampah. Just the simple word only. They understand we cannot taken this medicine or taken this product simply. Some because of the personality, some because of the knowledge of the opinion leader also.
Okay. Thank you for sharing also. So from your, I think that would be good. All 4 of you are actually studying about this influential and opinion leader. You all can exchange ideas. So
that's why we cannot ask of our presenter question because we know a bit of the opinion leader already, or media
Yeah.
influencer.
That is where that you should ask. I think that is where the time to reconfirm. Okay, I can see Nurul Halida here. So you want to ask question, Nurul Halida? So since I can see your appearance, any other question beside Vidat or anything, or you want to expand from what that Vidat has actually shared? Please, we still have time. Don't worry. Our time is until 6 o'clock.
I don't have any question. I just have one.
Okay. You don't have any question. Okay, if not, then I think I would like to really open to one or two more questions, short question from Alida, Amir, Huda, okay, Asmi, or Arik. I can just see you just come in. I think that you may not have heard anything. Maybe you can take photo later on for us. Okay, no question, but I would like to get our presenter before I want to say thank you to all of you. And maybe I give each and every one of you maybe 1 minute or 30 seconds to share your thought for everything. So I begin with, follow the sequence with Fadil, and then after that with Vidat and Noshamimi, and then finally Saw. Okay, before we end, silakan, please, Fadil, 30 seconds or 1 minute, just to wrap up anything. Hey, unmute, please. You have muted. Yeah, please.
Anything to say? Thank you very much, Prof. Thank you to UKM and Mention 2021 for give to us the opportunity to present our thought to this international conference. So thank you for the participant as well. So I think a very good sharing moment here. So I think we can see face to face later on. Thank you very much, Prof.
Okay, thank you. I'm actually looking forward to have a batik corporate shirt.
So
you can invent that. Okay, idea from me that you go and invent. Go back. Okay, thank you. So okay, now I move on to Vidat. Sorry, I know that you're actually driving. There is a chance for you to speak directly.
Sorry, just mind the sound at the back.
Yeah,
so I think Mention is like a good opportunity where people from all over Malaysia, all over the world, to unite and discuss one topic that they have in mind. Like for this instance, we're talking about opinion leaders and celebrity influencers, right? So from here, we will know that, oh, okay, this person from that university also has the same interest, and we actually get to expand the networking. I'm so sorry.
That is okay.
Yeah, so I just wanted to tell you that, you know, I actually have a few friends that are influencers, like especially Nur Shafiq Nasir, if you guys know. So how they became influencers is just from that very first viral video. Accidentally went viral, and simultaneously it got from that to an influencer real quick. Yeah, so that's how it's personality. It's definitely personality.
So thank you, Vidat. I think that fortunately, and also thanks to Elida, that you have created the WhatsApp group and you can exchange your contact for among yourself. Then you can expand that kind of study in influencer. So okay, Noshamimi, silakan untuk 1 minit ataupun setengah minit.
Okay, first of all saya nak ucapkan terima kasih kepada Mention UKM kerana memberi peluang ni. Setelah sekian lama saya tak present paper ni, kali ni dapat akhirnya dengan kekangan kerja dan sebagainya. Saya sangat bertuah kerana berada di dalam bilik ni. Ramai sangat orang kata rakan-rakan yang mengkaji topik yang sangat menarik, dan saya harap mungkin kita akan seperti apa, kita akan jumpa face to face insyaAllah ya, kalau diberi peluang. Terima kasih kepada semua dan saya harap dia tak berakhir di sini. Terima kasih banyak.
Terima kasih Noshamimi, dan finally Saw.
Okay, thanks to Mention. Okay, before that I thought that is the only me present the topic in the opinion leader or media influencer, but I saw that actually a lot of people also same area with me. So I'm very surprised because I heard that in Malaysia, especially in Malaysia, media influencer or opinion leader, I mean the research is quite lacking. So I'm very surprised today. Another thing is like after today's presentation, I can say that if next time online conference, I don't want to recording already, because when I saw my face in front of me, I very terrible, I said, so it's better present live. It's more better. Okay, thank you.
We can learn. Thank you very much, sir. So next time we'll put you on live.
Okay.
So I think that the time is almost up, and I think that I let Lida, our MC, to pass back to the main hall. So over to you, Lida. Again, thank you very much to all our presenter and also our participant. Thanks also to Elida and also Saraswaran. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chang Peng Ki. With that, we end our parallel session this afternoon. This is the final part of our session today. Before we end the session, thank you to Associate Professor Dr. Chang Peng Ki, all presenters and participants for this enlightening and fruitful discussion. Please show your appreciation by clicking on the reaction button below. Hope to see you again in the next session and next mention conference.
You don't want to have a photo. You want to have photo. Others say they take photo. Is that your duty as well?
Okay. Can doctor?
Yeah, put on the camera and take photo, right?
Yes.
Your duty. This is what in SOP.
Okay, doctor. I will take the photo.
All the participants as well. Amir, Asmi and Huda, you don't mind? I think that for Elida to
Elida, can you add makeup filter for me?
I don't know how to. Okay.
Elida, you have to look at the camera.
I'm using my iPad to like
okay, never mind. I take for you already. I take it. Okay.
Sorry, doctor.
Yes, I can have a screenshot and then I pass to you in the share in the group for all of us here. Again, thank you very much.
Thank you, doctor.
Thumbs up. Exceeded 1 minute already. Okay, again, thanks a lot.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, doctor. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.